Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Krishna, Hari Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Hari Krishna, Hari Krishna, Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Krishna, Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Hari Rama, Rama Hari Hari. Good morning, my friends. Thank you for coming again and again and again. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama. Hari Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Good morning there. Hari Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari. Don't give me this reverent stuff. All you do is laugh. That's not reverent at all. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama. Oh my Lord. Oh Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare, oh my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna, how funny. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. This is a beauty contest. I'll explain later. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. There he is. Hey, welcome there, Lokanath. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. I'll be back. I'm soaking up some rays. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. First things first. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. Gotta get a tan first, you know. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna. Oh wow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh my Lord Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna. Hey, mute your mic on there for a little bit. They're looking at you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey, mute your mic. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Lilamrita, Govinda Lilamrita, Govinda Lilamrita, Govinda, Govinda Lilamrita, by Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj. By Sri Krishna Das Kaviraj. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Thanks, Lalita, for sending this wonderful book. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Summary of the pastimes of dawn, 3:24 a.m. to 6 a.m. I remember Radha and Krishna at the night's end being awakened by various sounds of the parrots that were sent by Vrinda Devi. We're making them rise from their pleasure bed, making them rise. Krishna. Pleasure bed by reciting different pleasant and unpleasant poems to them. They are joyfully witnessed by their friends as they are tired from their loving pastimes, and they become afraid of the words of the old she monkey, Kakati, Kakakahati. So they leave for their individual homes, although they are still thirsty for more pastimes, and go to sleep. Seeing the end of the night, Vrinda ordered her birds to awaken Sri Radhika and Madhava. Although they were eager to sing from the beginning, the parrots, silent on Vrinda's order, now they joyfully surrounded the bower and started warbling. The she parrots sang in the grapevines, and the male parrots in their pomegranate trees. The cuckoos and their mates in the mango trees, and the pigeons in the pilu trees, and the peacocks in the kamba trees. The bees buzzed in the vines, and the cocks started cooing on the ground. Then a swarm of bees, greedy after honey, began to hum like Cupid's auspicious conch in the charming grove, which was full of vines and had been a bed of lotus flowers. A swarm of joyful bees, intoxicated, hummed like the auspicious symbols of Cupid to awaken Govinda. The swarm of bees, greedy after the honey, began to hum like Cupid's auspicious conch in a charming grove which was full of blossoming vines and had a bed of lotus flowers. A swarm of joyful she-bees, intoxicated, hummed like the auspicious symbols of Cupid to awaken Govinda. A flock of birds repeatedly sang cuckoo on the fifth note, like the vina of Cupid. The cuckoos sat next to their mates in the mango trees, intoxicated with divine love. Relishing the soft mango pits, sweetly singing with their clear voices like Cupid's Vina. I suppose the king of the hyenas called Cupid frightened the does of the gopis' patience, moral conduct, and fame. He became angry at the tigers of their proud peak and roars at them with the sound of the cooing pigeons. Whilst awakening Radha and Krishna in the morning, whilst awakening Radha and Krishna in the morning, the peacocks cried out "Ku K," as if asking who, other than Krishna, can lift the mountain of Radha's patience. And what other lady, Ka, than the fortunate daughter, than the fortunate daughter of King Vishnu Banu. Fortunate daughter of King Vishnu Banu. Although they may be very beautiful, can chain can chain down and control the maddened elephant of Krishna. Radha's patience, and what other lady than the fortunate daughter of King Vishnu Banu, though they may be very beautiful, can chain down and control the maddened elephant Krishna. The cocks also said coo, coo, coo with long, short, and intermediate vowels, like a Brahmana boy reciting the Vedas. Then, although the birds were calling them with their warbling, Radha and Krishna, unaware of each other's wakeful state, and upset at the prospect of breaking their intimate embrace, pretended to sleep with their eyes closed. One learned Sarika, female parrot named Manajubasini, who witnessed Radha and Krishna's entire night pastime, and who was very dear to Vishnu Banu, addressed Krishna sitting in a golden cage. O friend of Gokul, glory to you. O friend of Gokul, oh friend, oh friend of Gokul, oh friend of Gokul. Oh, glory to you. Oh, ocean of spiritual flavors. Oh, ocean of spiritual flavors. Oh, ocean of spiritual flavors. Please arise from your moonlight bed. Please arise from your moonlight bed. Awaken your lover who is sheltered in your arms. Awaken your lover who is sheltered in your arms. Awaken your lover who is sheltered in your arms and who is tired of loving pastimes and who is tired. He is tired of loving pastimes. O Lord of Raj, O Lord of Raj, O Lord, Lord of Raj, the morning sun, which is so cruel to young girls by nature, the morning sun, which is so cruel to young girls by nature, is swiftly rising. Leave the bank of the Yamuna and quickly return to your bedroom. Ah, O lotus-eyed friend, Radhika, now you enjoy your sleep after much endeavor. In your play the previous night, there is no fault in that, O chaste girl. Oh, jeez, girl. But look at the rising sun in the east colors the red sky. Look at the rising sun in cast colors in the red sky, unable to tolerate your happiness like your rival Gopi Chandravali. O lotus-eyed friend, the night is over. The morning has come. The sun has risen. Arise now from your nice bed of cool leaves. Then Vishchakana, the male parrot, who was very attached to Krishna, very calm by nature and expert in using words, recited the series of verses full of clear, sweet syllables that were suitable for awakening Madhava. Glory, glory to you, O source of auspiciousness of Gokul. Oh, glory, glory to you, O source of auspiciousness of Gokul. Lotus, lotus for the bee-like girls, lotus for the bee-like girls of Raj. Oh, lotus like for the bee-like girls of Raj. Oh, Govinda, oh, Govinda, oh, Govinda, oh, Govinda, infallible one, infallible one. Oh, Govinda, infallible one. Oh, Govinda, infallible one. You increase Nanda's joy at every step. You increase Nanda's joy at every step. And give joy to the surrendered souls. And give joy, give joy to the surrendered souls. And give joy to the surrendered souls. O lotus, for the thirsty be like eyes of the people of Raj. O lotus, O lotus, for the thirsty be like eyes of the people of Raj. O lotus, for the thirsty be like eyes for the of the people of Raj. Look, morning has broken. Swiftly return to your abode in the meadows, which is affectionately served by your relatives and superiors. By your relatives and superiors. If not, you may be embarrassed by them. O lotus eyed one, look the eastern horizon. O lotus eyed one, look the eastern horizon. See in the red morning sun wants to rise. Looks like a lady love with bright red dress. As is worn by the wife whose body is smeared with kumkum, as she expects her husband home. So give up your sleep, O Krishna. Look, the moon has fled along with the night out of fear of the sun. So you also leave the bank of the Yamuna now and return home with your innocent lady love. O Krishna, the sun is rising. The chakaraka birds looks with one eye at the sun rays that color the eastern horizon red, and at the other her distant husband with the other eye. The owls who are blind for the day enter into their tree hollows, becoming silent out of fear of the sounds of the day. So give up your sleep, O Krishna. Ah. Hey, brothers and sisters. So nice to see you guys and have you as friends. What a great What a great activities we've got here every morning, huh? Every morning. Yeah, yeah. Hey, thank you for sending that Govinda Leelamrita. This is saved my life. Lifesaver. It's like a mint you put in every day. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking this is a beauty contest, so we got to go in here. Who's more attractive? See? This is why, people are working on their getting ready for the beauty contest. That's what's happening, man. It's really some people even leave here. Yeah, there's some people that leave here and then you look over there and you think, what does she see in them? What do you see in them? Or others people leave and some people also leave with them and they go and you think, what do they see in them? You ever see kind of a person that's not so beautiful and you think, what do they see in that person? See, there's something they're seeing, obviously. So I don't know. I just was chanting and I was realizing this is a beauty contest, and as Krishna's beauty is increasing in our lives and that relish, that taste for it, it increases the attractive force of Krishna. It's like the people of Raj, uh, they overcome everything simply by the grace of Krishna, simply by interacting with Krishna every day. See, this is the path of prema we're teaching. The path of prema. This is what was taught by Lord Chaitanya. The path of prema. He did. Matter of fact, his intimate devotees, they followed the path of prema. They became quickly qualified because, like we just read in the verse, Govinda is the happiness of the surrendered devotees, right? See, so that's why the Lord sends the his associates. They act as spiritual master, just so to teach the art of surrender. How to surrender to Krishna, how to be purified. By that association, their association, so that one becomes attracted by the pastimes of Raj. That's really the essence. Is That's why you see these verses like in Chaitanya Charitamrita that say, "It's not by austerity, it's not by renunciation, it's not by um, mantra chanting that one attains Krishna Vrindavan. It's through the devotees who chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion." That's Chaitanya Charitamrita verse. It's that simple. It's through those devotees because they have that vibration. See, they have their that you basically raise to that platform by association and not by trying to. If you try, that's a Saddha Siddha way. That's very difficult, many lifetimes. That's why they preach many lifetime path. This is the quick one if you really want. Just be around devotees. Proof is in the pudding. Look how many ecstatic devotees we're getting here. It's amazing. Yeah. And you see what they all went through something. Everybody, look at River, what she's went through. You've seen her on and off, Lalita Ganga. So that is the purification. It's a baptism by fire. They called it in the Christian sector. You burn up the karma in your heart by association. They say, how they say that the guru takes the karma of the disciples. Well, it's sort of true, but it just burns up in their association because everything burns. It's a fire, it's like a fire at first, and then it gets cool. See, once all this stuff is burnt up, it's very cooling. Okay, then Krishna is cool. He's a cool dude now. He's not a hot burning fire of you feel it's like popcorn pop, everything. Yeah, yeah. So, is it Lokanath G? Is that Lokanath? Is that your name there, my friend?
Lokaji. Can you hear?
Lokaji.
Lokaji.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Is it,
That's one of my
You
nicknames.
said Lokaji?
Lokaji,
Is it
yeah.
Lokaji? Oh, okay, Lokaji. Well, give us an update. How are things going, man? What's happening?
Um, um, the Lita knows. When I heard that Lokanath Swami had done what he did, I had a crisis. That's why I disappeared for a little while, I
Oh,
guess.
well,
Yeah,
what did he do? What did he do?
it's
I
been
haven't heard.
verified to me that he's a pedophile. And I
Oh,
used to look up to him because I was on Bhajmandal Parikram with him once, and I used to
uh-huh.
literally walk behind him in his footsteps, thinking, "I'm so blessed to be here."
Yeah,
And recently,
yeah,
it's come out that happened, and I was just
yeah, yeah. Well, that's every. Th- Actually, you don't have to be so surprised because this is the time. In the Bible, they call it tribulation. Um, it's and apocalypse. Everything is coming to light. It's like that's why I use the preaching of Jesus a lot because it's very prophetic. He said, "What has been hidden in the closets will be shouted from the rooftops." So all the truth is coming out. See, this whole world, Prabhupada said, the world is managed by Rakshasas. And that's coming to light now. I never looked at it. I could have looked at it years ago, but I never did because I was just too absorbed in this until 2020. Because now is the time that we're preaching, giving people an opportunity to get out. So, in other words, basically, what ISKCON and all these groups are doing is religion still. It's still on a religious level, and they're materially motivated religion. And in that, there's nobody that can really protect their group per se because these persons people kind of get their way in there, that are not, they're really often devious and
mhm.
insincere, and they go in there for the position. And even if they did, even if you don't, as soon as you take the word spiritual master and you have people worshiping you, you're an idol if you're not really bona fide. And so you pick up all their karma and you become worse than your disciples often. This has been the problem. Your mentality gets warped because you pick up all their karmas and all that stuff, and you can't burn it.
Mhm.
See, you can't burn it. This is where you see this ecstatic worship is how karma is burned, is dissolved. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able. You think I wouldn't be able to take on all this stuff? I would be nuts. So, you know.
ISKCON uses that as an excuse to why their spiritual masters fall down. Oh, they've taken all the karma of the devotees, and now they're being a
Yeah.
nonsense, and
Well, yeah. I mean, it's sort of true, but a lot of them may, by them even becoming a guru, a lot of times their mentality is not right. It's like the donkey urine Raghunath Das called name and fame. A lot of them enter into that position because they want to be adored and worshipped, which is not, it's just human, this human condition. And the problem is when a human tries to become an acharya, spiritual master, to lead people into the kingdom of God, then when the problems come, you just got to admit you're human, man. Admit you're until you get the mercy. Until that time, just try to be a good follower. But a lot of it just doesn't work that way.
no,
Prabhupada always, yeah. Go ahead. What?
well, it's not a straight line. Well, for me, it's not.
Yes. No, it's not a straight line. Yeah. And so Prabhupada said, when the acharya disappears, there's always havoc,
Hmm. Hmm.
but not
I've heard,
always.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Not
So,
always. It's usually havoc because people are not so qualified. Prabhupada didn't have any havoc in his life because he always had faith in his guru.
mhm.
Many after the Gaudiya, after Bhakti Siddhanta disappeared, there a lot of some of the leaders became unfaithful and gave up Bhakti Siddhanta. See, they gave up their guru and went to the Radhakund Babajis. So anyway, and a lot of them didn't understand Bhakti Siddhanta because, see, the mentality of a devotee who has been purified by pure bhakti is rare to see. and they're clear. That's why if you find that association, you've got clarity, man. You're around a clear person who's clear by this ecstatic worship.
Yeah.
They're more logical than anybody. They see all these the darkness in the nooks and crannies because Krishna's exposed it in them, and so that's really the bottom line. So it's not surprising these things anymore. I was also surprised
I was
before.
surprised.
You're surprised, but you know, it's just, hey man, I bet a lot of Catholics are surprised that their Pope is a pedophile.
Well, yeah.
Well, a lot of them don't. Still, they're not even aware of it yet. They
Mhm.
can't believe it. But he's doing all these Illuminati handshakes and signs and into the new world orders and all that stuff. Man, it's just so what do you? It's obvious, man. Yeah. Oh yeah. So anyway, everything's coming to light, and it's all part of Krishna's plan. To me, it's great preaching, man. Because hey, man, maybe there's some people who look over here and they have some good sense.
Yeah. I backed it up. I asked a friend who was a temple president here, a female temple president, which is a novel. And Vishnu Priya said, "You don't," because I actually approached Lokanath Swami in 1990 after Braj Mandal to be my spiritual master. Because I thought if what he's doing is constantly going on Harikram, he must be the real thing. And he said to me, "I'm not pure. Keep looking." And
I told you right up.
Yeah, I was shocked. He said, "I'm not pure. Keep looking." Okay, but Vishnu Priya is a good friend, and she confirmed that I dodged a bullet. Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, it's see the thing. A lot of people they're looking to be pure, and it's not that like that exactly. See, a lot of times people are trying to imitate God.
Yeah.
It's the devotee, the soft devotee, that is communing with the Lord. They attain a purification in that communion. For some reason, you got to see it's that, and not like they're trying to be. Oh, he's pure. But they think you got to be like some kind of pure, and then they so well he's pure because he follows he's renounced and he does this and he does that and he does all that. The idea is it's a verb. Pure is a purified. We have to attain this ability to commune with the transcendental Lord. See, that's where the purification is. See, because that's what burns up in the way. All that obstacle in the way is what burns up here. Literally, and then all of a sudden now you can commune more and more with the Lord. This is very rare what's going on here because you see the actual process of this awakening to a point of actually being able to stay in steady communication with God.
The concept of purity has always been like I've never been able to understand it.
Nobody. You have to. It's like Jesus said. Only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father. In other words, the real conception of the absolute truth, because of this communion. And the Son can reveal the Father to whom He chooses. So, in that revelation, as you hear and you get purified, and gradually, then you'll know yourself these things personally. It's not a speculation. You come to know it. It's a process. It's the process taught by Jesus and by the Bhagavatam. It's the same process. You're cleansed to the point where you're able to understand these things. And you got to hear it first. You got to hear from an experienced devotee. Otherwise, this is the whole problem in ISKCON and all these groups, all of them. They're speculating on what it is to be on the platform of ecstatic worship of God. You'll never get there. I mean, you'll never be able to. You just have to go through the process. This keep looking thing. Yeah, you keep looking until you find somebody who matches the Shukadev Goswami and the Maharaj Parikshit experience. See, that book has to become a living life for you. You have to be that Maharaj Parikshit sitting at the feet of a person who is empowered by the same Krishna that Shukadev Goswami was empowered by. And that's just the process. See? And when you found that situation, and then you hear, you'll see, oh, all of a sudden you start to really get spiritual experience. You start to feel God's presence with you all the time. No more. Well, there'll be some of this for a while, but then there's less, and all of a sudden the Lord is close to you and giving you protection and benediction after benediction. The white lotus of the Sri Shastika prayers become real for you. You know, of all these things become your reality. You know, yeah. So that's what's going on here. It's funny, you know, because everybody, anybody that gets this mercy knows the same thing. You're just a fool. All the even Bhakti Son said, I'm just a fool, but the mercy, you know, you got to admit that the mercy is here, man. You know, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I had to admit it. I had to admit, you know, Prabhupada told me, and Krishna basically said, okay, now you've got to do this. You got to be the guru here and do this job. And I resisted. I said, no, let's try being a Ritvik. Let's try this. Let's try that. And it only worked when I said, okay, I'll just do the job. You asked to do it, it'll work. That's called faith, you know, faith in the order. And it started to work really nicely. People come and they're getting purified and getting ecstatic relationship with Krishna, like my personal experiences. And it's, you know, we're just taking people back home. Anybody want to go to Vrindavan? Come on. You know, we'll prove it. No more no shows. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm just so ecstatic, but I don't show it because, you know, it's very confidential. It's so confidential that I probably don't have it, and you're not going to get it either because you don't get to see it like the Lord Chaitanya showed it.
Mm-hmm. You get tastes along the way, though. You get big tastes along the way.
Yeah.
You can keep you going, and that's what's held me. But
yeah. Oh, you're alone too, huh? Yeah. Where are you in Brisbane or?
I'm in Melbourne. We're having a heat wave, and that's why I'm doing this. It's really hot. Melbourne.
Oh, it's hot here.
Yeah, it's like too hot to do anything today. So.
Is it lockdown stuff over there? Is it you're locked down?
Everyone's gone into self-lockdown because we're getting 50,000 cases a day. Rah, rah, rah. But I've always been in lockdown from this world, pretty much.
Yeah.
And so everyone's in. Like, to go outside, there's no one anywhere. There's not even food on the shelves in the supermarket.
You're kidding. Wow.
Yeah. Our government's a mess.
So they're in self-lock. In other words, on their own choice, they're staying in their houses.
Yeah. My
God.
two neighbors, everyone's COVID positive around me, so I'm being a little bit.
The government is one. You see, this is how it's done. Basically, they fooled everybody with this thing. It's a big manipulation of the data and everything. And this thing about cases. There's cases. See, it's not about deaths. It's about cases.
Yeah.
See? Because that's all they can do is cases. And the PCR test is so it's the perfect deceptive thing. So the Lord has put this kind of Maya out there deceiving everybody because the demons are very tricky and they're in charge now and they have a goal. They have a thing they want to do. They want to scare everybody into getting vaccinated and getting poison put in their bodies. And there's other stuff they're doing with that. It's very nefarious. Did you get the injection? Did you take it?
I have. Yeah. They're wanting us to get more injections now.
Yeah, I know.
So, but we can't. It's almost mandatory. You can't go on a train. You can't travel. You can't do anything unless you're vaccinated.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a depopulation thing. They're actually going this. I mean, it's really part of the agenda, and whoever survives, they want to. Anyway, it just is what it is. Get Krishna. The best thing we can do is just Stay close
So,
to Krishna as much as you can, because this is like the end time of this time into a new
yeah,
beginning.
yeah. I'm not getting the third jab. No.
Oh,
Third,
because there's going to be a fourth, and then there'll be a fifth. They're always another thing is they make money. That's how they're funding all of this stuff.
yeah.
Is through the money they make off the jabs, and
Well, I've been chanting, and sometimes I don't.
and some people.
Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. Go ahead. What? Go ahead.
What was I going to say? I've been chanting a long time now. I've had moments where I don't chant and just lose the plot, but I'm very fallible. But I've got no interest in this world left. It's just like I've no taste for it. So there's one thing to do. There's only one thing to do, and it's serve.
Okay,
Lord.
you say that again.
Sorry, I've lost my taste for all material things. You know how they give you 4 regs to follow, and you're like, when you're 20, you start.
Yeah.
You go, God, this is hard work. It's not a problem really for me now. I've lost my taste for material life, so I don't need anyone over me kind of going, do this, do that, don't do this. It's a natural progress. So Krishna's being very kind to us all because we've lost our taste for anything worldly.
Yeah.
And the only pleasure is in Krishna.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
It is.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
it puts me in a hermit situation, but I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Well, everybody's that really gets a taste for the Lord. I was alone for a long time. I was just staying in my motorhome.
Yeah.
I didn't care, I didn't want to associate. I would stay. Sometimes I go visit the ISKCON temples. I could only stay 3 days before I started to feel like a weird energy, and I had to get out.
A few hours.
Yeah, but you just stay blissful with Krishna and ecstatic. I mean, that's all I did. That's for years. And then then things, the Lord has his plan, he just makes it. Now we've got a lot of nice friends here. Have you been coming watching the videos or?
Yeah, but like recently I have. I kind of detached from everything for a while, and I don't know what I did.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to have friends. It's like I'm amazed myself. Friends that are tasting this transcendental ecstasy and bliss. I mean, it's very rare. It's kind of a family thing, and then further purification may happen. I mean, you'll know if you need it. It'll just kind of be apparent.
Smash kick.
Well, whatever it is, whatever is needed, it just happens by association.
Yeah.
And because it's like in Vrindavan. See, if the Lord is providing something like this, it's important. It's important because if you notice the Christians, I always use that kind of as a yardstick, because you can see they had something ecstatic going. Especially early. They had members that were also, they had the Holy Spirit. They were kind of more or less Raghunuga in that sense. The Holy Spirit. See, this special, that spirit of devotion makes you very attracted to God, even though you may not know who God exactly is. Still, if it's pure from the heart, worship of Christ or God, and his purity in it, that's God, that's spirit.
There's a Coptic church. There's a Coptic church, which is the original Church for Christ, just across the road, and I visit there sometimes. And the people were so much warmer than ISKCON. It was like there wasn't that ice cold, judgmental. It was just coming from the heart. But they fast quite often, go vegan, but then they eat their meat. So that kind of, I went, it's kind of, I don't get that. But the point was that they were nicer people than ISKCON.
Yeah.
The way they dealt with each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and their mercy. See, the mercy is not restricted to what you eat or don't eat, fast or no fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's not restrictive. You can not have done any of that or been in a religious movement if you just accept the mercy when it's being given. That's the bottom line. And that was the way the Lord actually preached. There were some Muslims that were beef eaters, man, who got the mercy
Mm-hmm.
simply because, like, one was a servant of Srivas. There's a
Right. Yeah.
dog who got There's a dog who got the mercy, simply because he followed a devotee. I mean, that's how you need to find an associate of the Lord like that. And if you
Mm.
do, just by following that devotee, you're going to get it. You're going to get everything that these big gurus who people are worshiping can't get. You're going to get it simply because you're following. That's the kind of mercy that Lord Chaitanya had the power to distribute, and his real associates also do when it's being distributed. It's not always being distributed to that extent. See?
No. No.
See, but anyway, the Lord did that. He got dogs to chant. If dogs can chant just because they followed Shivananda Sain, a real associate of the Lord, then that means human beings. They don't have to be, perfect or anything. Just by following the devotee, being in
Mm-hmm.
that vibration, that association, you can get everything.
You need the association, whether it's even over the internet. But I don't go to ISKCON anymore. I
Yeah.
haven't been down to ISKCON for quite a while.
There are people I haven't met that are also. We have devotees here I haven't even met, but they have faith in their heart and what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
They're becoming ecstatic.
Mm.
Literally. I mean, they feel one lady says, God, I feel God's presence always with me now, just always around and increasing more and more. And she's just working, a lot, but she has faith in this. It comes regularly. Yeah. This is a secret
How's Amy,
association. What?
how's Amy going?
The what?
Bhakti and Amy.
Oh, Bhakti and Amy. Oh, she comes every day practically, it seems like.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, she didn't even have a picture on her Facebook thing about Vaishnavas devotees or anything. No friends. There wasn't one friend. They were all just, regular people out there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's into Krishna. Oh, she loves to talk. She comes there.
That's great. Still coming. That's great. But
Yeah.
the association of devotees, nice devotees, is very important.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's so nice. I mean, I was surprised when, I thought I was going to be alone forever. I mean, for this life, I thought that, well, there's nobody's going to, how could they like what I'm doing? They're just, I knew it was real, man. I looked in the books, and I thought, man, this this was what's going on. Why? I was surprised when I first came to ISKCON, and I was feeling, all this ecstasy and everything. And then I looked in the books, and it was talking all about this ecstatic word. I thought, boy, this is a great place. But then in the devotees, I didn't see it. But it was in the book, but not in.
Yeah.
So the dilemma started then.
Yep. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
But
So
even like
the Lord,
there's a
go
farm
ahead.
up north, and they a Wollumbar, New Gofordan. It's turned into a business now, so you can't go there and stay and do service or just go and hang out with the cows, and it's a business, a yoga retreat business.
Oh, they
So
cost you money, huh?
Beautiful place, but once it was amazing. It was like a beautiful place to be with beautiful devotees and lots of cows. So I was happy, but now it's not there. It's a business.
It's a business. Oh boy.
Yeah. So ISKCON's become a business in Australia.
Well, this is the thing. If people can't reach the transcendental platform, it's like materialistic Vaishnava. That's what it is, basically. You're still on the material plane. Materialistic gurus, they call them neophyte gurus, neophyte followers. And that's basically what ISKCON is, and all the groups actually. I haven't seen, I've been in all of them. I've been in Radhakund Babaji's. I've been with Narayan Raj. I've been in ISKCON, and I never found anyone was really impressed with. Honestly, I mean, I met some. There's some nice devotees, like Narayan Raj, very austere. Very awesome, extremely so, and his, devotees. But many left, that were, he had, like, I talked to his intimate associates. He said there were so many people came and they all left. They just couldn't do it. Was just so austere. Who they are, with, very little taste.
Yeah.
And they just couldn't, and it's like, so we could work the opposite here. You get the taste first.
It's okay when you're younger. When you're younger, your bodies can deal with some austerity.
Yeah.
It's like, no more cold showers at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So anyway, the Lord, when His mercy is here, it's mercy. You get the mercy, undeserved mercy. It's everything that the Lord talked about when Jesus was here, when Lord Chaitanya was here, when His real associates here, and it's like, okay, no, just not just rules, regulation, austerities, No, hey man, just take here. He gives himself very easily. Oh, you're with my devotee. Oh, great. And I gave him the authorization now, and you're going with it. You have faith in this. Oh, that's right. See, Raganuga Bhakti is just having faith in devotees worshiping in ecstasy and relishing mellows their relationship. And then you say, oh, that looks great. I think I'll hang out with you guys. Vishwanath Chakravarti taught that. It's right there. Madhuri, was it Rag Bhartma Chandrika, first chapter. But if you think, oh, that's too advanced for me, I can't, I got to go through all of the da first. Well, then you're not a candidate. The Amy types are, oh, this is really great. I think I want to hang out with you guys. See, and you just get attracted just by hanging out, and all of a sudden, Hari Katha is like, wow, this is so amazing.
Yeah.
See, like look at her face, man. Look at that lady, man. She says gives respectful. She knows it's just so ecstatic, man. Right there, Lalita, you like ecstasy?
Lalita led me.
Yeah. Oh, me? Yeah, you. If you want to see anybody close to Radharani, there you go, man.
I've met many Amy's in my life, and I've taken many Amy's to ISKCON, and it's been the worst thing because they get like, rah, and they freak out and go away,
Yeah. I like it, man. I taunt them, man. I try to piss them off, but nobody will come, and confront. I invite them, I taunt them, I challenge them, and all kinds of stuff. I just want to get some attention over here, I want to practice. I feel, I got a lot of weapons here, man. I have the Bhagavatam, I have the Goswami books, I have my friends here, ecstatic devotees. So yeah, come on, man. Come on. Yeah. I'm not quite in the mood, those, the Vrindavan devotees where they're always, well, some of them have a warrior spirit. I'm more like that, There's one that there's one guy who challenges the demons. I read about him, to protect Krishna, so there's one person that was a devotee born with that boon, to have a son that would protect Krishna. And he goes, come on, you demons. I'm going to eat you for breakfast, man. Yeah.
Well, it's nice to see everyone.
Yeah. So you have any questions of anything that you were thinking about, or?
I've just flushed a whole lot of garbage out of my life again. There wasn't much, but most of it's in my head. But one thing left to do. There's one thing left to do. in my 58th year on the planet. And that's
Yeah.
you can't do it without association, sadhu sangha, but the true sadhu sangha and association. And when you're in association and it lifts you up, austerities aren't a problem. I find, like, you know, if you have to do austerities, it's not a problem. It's very hot. I'm doing austerities here.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not a problem if you're happy and, you know, you're in the right position. It's
Oh, yeah. Austerities can enhance your devotional service. Sometimes I'll fast for like 30 days or 15 days or something.
Wow.
I mean, just because it's good for me, because I have a weight thing, you know, it just doesn't, you know, just I can eat like practically nothing. I still gain weight. I don't know. It's just really ridiculous. I don't know what it is. Probably these chemtrails or something.
probably the chemtrails.
Maybe all the shots I got as a kid. Who the hell knows? You know, it doesn't matter. The main thing is, you know, when you actually the Goswamis taught austerities, but not dry renunciation. It was for devotees who had taste, and maybe a little bit to develop. So, you know, it's got to be. If you're like really overemphasizing the austerities, first you renounce and everything, and then you deserve, and then you'll desire for. No, actually desire is more important.
Yes,
But a lot of people have it reversed. What's really the priority? And if you're inspired to do austerity, see, it doesn't. You know, it just depends on at that point, like what's. You know, I don't tell my students what to do or what not to do unless it's a problem. You know, maybe if there's a problem like, well, I'm getting drunk every day, man. You know, I'm getting stoned every day, and it's really a problem. You know, well, it may be better dry out or something. You know, but
there's probably a reason behind that. There's be a reason behind people are getting intoxicated. You know.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah. So it's, you know.
But this path, what people need to know that are from these groups, it's not dependent on whether you follow the regulative principles strictly or not. The Lord is this is a wild card here. This is like, you know how you're playing poker and you got some jokers, and they are the wild cards. They make all your cards more valuable. That's what's going on here. See, so. You may do a bunch of like follow the rules and regulations and everything, and it gets you here. Wonderful. You may not follow anything, and if the Lord leads you here, wonderful. You're going to get the same bhakti that these people that did the austerities did. If you're both, you know, like being around ecstatic devotees. See, that's proven. See, devotees. The secret is Satchidananda. Satchidananda manifests in the real associates of Lord Chaitanya. See, clear the eternal form of the Lord. Even though you see a physical body in the devotee, they have their eternal form. The Ananda is there, the ecstatic worship, and the clear chit. Chit is the knowledge of Krishna, which is basically Krishna. It's all Krishna in that sense. And so if you like the association of devotees who are like that, that's your ticket out of here. If you don't regularly associate when that's available, well, you know, that's showing you're not clear about what's really important in life yet. See?
But unfortunately, in Australia, there's not the association.
What?
There's not the in Melbourne. There's not the association for me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the association's here by internet.
Yeah. It's better to be alone than bad company, they say.
This works, man. This is you know, we might actually, if they get the metaverse thing and if people can afford the goggles, we'll just maybe go in there and have class. Why not, man? It's like you'll be in the same room. You can take little avatars. For devotees, if you're really Krishna conscious, you can use everything for Krishna. Yeah. It's the same thing. Basically, the meta universe is similar. Is basically this. This is, I think, maybe like 3D or something, or 2D.
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 2D HD.
Yeah, it works. It works in this even as 2D. So 3D was a big difference. 3D. You're absorbed in it. Might be more absorbing.
Mm.
Have to see. It's like some lady. I never tried these things. But these one lady, she was saying, "God, I put the goggles on. It was like I was there in that
Oh yeah.
situation."
Yeah. I've tried the goggles. They're
Have you?
amazing.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a pair. I'm gonna just get a pair. Karuna has a pair. Yeah.
You can be in the dinosaur age.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight lines.
Oh, and Mayavati, I'll listen to your voice thing. I forgot. I saw them and then I got kind of busy with something and I forgot. But I'll look at your things. I'll listen to your voice things later. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, River, why don't you read us something? Or you want to read us something there, Lokanathji?
I've got nothing here. I'm upstairs. Everything's downstairs.
You can go downstairs and get
I'm
your
a
book.
bit dyslexic. I'm not so good with radio. I'm a bit dyslexic.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead. Read then, River.
It's hot.
Please excuse her irreverent behavior in case she's. She may get a little irreverent here, like Lolita.
I thought I'd read from chapter 6, where we were reading from yesterday. I think Tom was reading.
Okay.
I'm not sure where he finished off though. Ah. Okay. I'm going to start another chapter from the beginning.
Okay.
So it's chapter 7.
What book is it, Yamuna?
Meets Pundarik Vijanini. Page 311. Madhukunda. Did you get that? Yeah, 311. All glories to the lotus feet of my wonderful spiritual master, Srila Bhakti Vedanta Gora Haridas. The well-wisher of all and can be everybody's friend. All glories to my Diksha Guru for initiating me on the path of Krishna consciousness really and truly for eternity by awakening the Lord in.
Did her sound just go down? Your sound went way down. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
It's
gone down. Is it okay now?
It's down. It's down.
It's down.
Yeah.
I don't know, Maharaj.
Okay, well then that's okay.
It's on 100%.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
carry on? You know what? Go off and come back on. Go off and come back on.
Okay.
That may take care of it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
You're right, Jaya.
Try that.
JD?
Can you hear me okay, Maharaj?
Yeah, good enough.
Maharaj is frozen.
Puppy, what you done to that? Filthy. Everyone's off.
Put your mic off there, Lokanathji.
Yeah. Lokachi, your mic.
Go ahead, River. What's going on? Are you reading? River?
You want me to read now?
Yes.
Okay. To my wonderful instructing spiritual master, Srila Gaura Haridas, who showed me the way by being a living, breathing, walking, singing, dancing example of the teachings of Lord of Lord Chaitanya, allowing me to see where I was going, guiding me, instructing me, chastising me, and always showing me. Thank you to you, dear Srila Gaura Haridas. All glories to your lotus feet. And I hold tight onto your lotus feet so I can there be with the Lord in my heart by hearing the words emanating from your lotus mouth. All glories to you. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, who brought Krishna consciousness to the hearts of everyone, who took this path all over the world, who ordered my spiritual master to teach Raganuga Bhakti, the second path in your books. Because now is the right time, place, and circumstance to teach Raganuga Bhakti for all the fallen souls. Prabhupada, you may not have taught it, but you wrote it in your books to be taught by the right spiritual master for the job. Srila Gaura Haridas. All glories to your lotus feet, Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances to all the previous acharyas for keeping the line of the real true parampara going, so that descending knowledge from the Lord himself can come to my spiritual master. So I be so fortunate to have this have this opportunity to be able to hear about the Lord, to rest in the Lord, to be more and more attracted to the Lord, to know the Lord much, much deeper. All glories to you, acharyas. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to the 6 Goswamis, headed by Rupa Goswami. You are like honeybees. At the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya, my life and soul. All glories to you, Goswamis. I offer my respectful obeisances at your lotus feet, my life and soul, Sri Chaitanya. You being the most merciful incarnation, the most merciful and recent avatar, golden avatar of Krishna. All glories to you, my Lord, for ascending on this earth to save our souls. I offer my respectful obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu, whose life and soul is Sri Chaitanya, who birth after birth served Sri Chaitanya in all his glory. I thank you, Nityananda, for accepting me as your servant. All glories to you, Abad. I offer my respectful obeisances to Advaita Acharya. All glories to your lotus feet, Advaita Acharya, for calling the Lord to awaken in the milk ocean and ascend on this earth to save us fallen souls. All glories to your lotus feet. I offer my respectful obeisances to Gadaha Pandit, the incarnation of Shrimati Radharani. All glories to your lotus feet. I offer my respectful obeisances to Srivas Pandit. All glories to you. All glories to all the intimate devotees of the Lord, wherever they may be. Please join us. Please join us in this mission of Sri Chaitanya's Prema Sankirtan movement. I offer my respectful obeisances to the personification of pure devotion, to the topmost devotee, to the one that knows Krishna the deep. Oh glories to your lotus feet, Shrimati Radharani. And thank you for accepting me as your maidservant, so I too could relish in the nectar of your devotion for the lotus feet of the King of Braj. Please keep me close by. All glories to you. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the creator, maintainer, and destroyer, the one that lives in the hearts of everyone and is everywhere. All glories to you, my Lord of Lords. All glories to your lotus feet, dear Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances to all the intimate devotees in the Sangha of Shagora Haridas, Bhakti Vedanta. All glories to my God brothers and sisters, my relatives and friends, my distant relatives and acquaintance. Oh, glories to your lotus feet. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. I offer my respectful obeisances. All glories to your lotus feet, to all exalted personalities, past, present, and future. Please be here with me in this reading of the Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Kunda, chapter 7. Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj. Gadaha Pandit.
What notes have you been reading from there?
The ocean of all
What notes were you reading from?
What do you mean, Maharaj?
It was such a beautiful thing. Did you rehearse that a little bit?
When I was doing my prayers.
Yes.
Wasn't reading from any notes, Maharaj. I wasn't reading from any notes. It was just coming from my heart.
It's amazing. That is a miracle. Where do you find? I know. Where do you hear prayers like that? Definitely the mercy of the Lord on you, man. I can't even pray like that, man. My God, it's amazing. You are so fortunate, to be able to. That's prayers like acharyas would pray, like from their hearts, like that stuff goes in books. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for sharing that. Just yeah. Yeah.
Can feel you all the way down under.
It's really down under, man.
All the way.
All right, go ahead there. Carry on.
All those words are just absolute truth. All those words are just absolute truth, Maharaj. They're my experience of being purified by hearing from you every day on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And I was saying this morning, for some reason, you gave me this offer of listening to you. You said, keep listening and everything will be all right. And that's exactly what happens all the time. Things happen and I listen to you and I rest in the words of the Lord by hearing from your lotus mouth. And I rest in that. And all things are extinguished in me again and again. Thank you very much.
It's amazing, man. Well, I am so fortunate to have a association.
You're amazing.
Like you guys, man. I can't believe it. That's why I say, look at it, gee, this is great people here, great friends, man. They're really nice associates. The Lord is dwelling in their hearts, and he's alive and kicking. He's kind of born. He's manifesting. It's not just a hidden thing, man. It's just like he's punching in the world, man. He's punchy. Active, man. It's like, hey, man, let's express. It's like growing here. Getting stronger, getting bigger. Getting more manifest. It's a reality. All of a sudden, you're gonna have a whole new world order here, but it's not the way the demons think. The churning of the ocean, the milk was like that. They're churning, and the demons thought they were going to get this nectar, and the Lord cheated them of it, and he did his own. The nectar went to the demigods, but this time I think he's going to give it to the demons too. They're going to change. They're going to get the demigods are churning with the demons now. They're fighting each other, which is natural, and hating each other, which is natural. And so this is turning, and then there's going to be a nectar produced. This Lord Chaitanya's love of God type nectar, Vrindavan, and everybody's going to like it. It'll change everybody. Demons and demigods, and into real devotees. I see that that's the golden age. That's the second coming. They talk about a second coming. Well, Lord Chaitanya came. You're not going to get any better coming than that. I'll tell you, man. He was. Yeah.
I made a joke. It might be in bad taste. The Messiah. The Jews are waiting for the Messiah. I say you missed him.
Yeah, you missed him. Yeah.
It was Garanga.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's yeah. But the thing is, he's still just people need to become aware of it. Just like with Jesus, not everybody became aware that he was the Messiah. It took generations, and people are still becoming aware of it. So, what do you think in the second coming? People are just going to become aware that Lord Chaitanya was something special like that. No, now more, even more now. This is really the proof. Proof is, hey, where's that mercy that Lord Chaitanya brought, man? Where is it? Where's that ecstatic love of God that he was distributing so easily? That's proof. Otherwise, it becomes just religion. Religion's always been here: rules, regulations, ceremonies, and then they die out. After a while, people forget. Oh, it's just rules, regulate religion. But this, as long as the devotees stay juicy with this, like this, they'll carry it on. we'll see what the Lord has in mind. I like surprises. Every day is a surprise here. I mean, this is so fantastic, man. Surprise after surprise. It's like Christmas, it's birthdays, everything rolled into one. This is when Goranga's mercy is here. It's like every day is a Christmas, every day is a birthday, because the Lord is born every day and ever fresh majesty. Yeah. So go ahead there, River. Read on there. Sorry to interrupt.
It's okay. Gadaha Pandit meets Pundarik Vijanini. The ocean of all transcendental qualities, Lord Chaitanya, is the most graceful dancer. Graceful dancer. He is the Chantanami gem, fulfilling everyone's desire through his divine intervention. His divine intervention. Even though I am without qualification, the rarest gem, devotional service unto his lotus feet.
See, that's what happens. It's a divine intervention. When the devotees come here to give something special, they quicken the evolution of the world. See, it's a divine intervention. It has to be. Otherwise, Maya is so strong. She's a river, like a river of this modes of nature, just always flowing, and everybody's caught in it. They need divine intervention. Either the Lord has to come or he sends his representative. Okay? And they intervene in the course of Maya. And when you find the real devotees, they intervene in your life. Like Prabhupada came and he intervened in the life of many people. They changed their direction from being hippies to coming into this movement, right? There's always empowered devotees do that. But doesn't mean they're finished. Like Moses intervened and gave a lot of rules, regulations, and ceremonies, and ritualistic worship. And Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta also introduced it that way. But progress is important. Progress is to the level of what Lord Chaitanya was already. And that's the progress for Krishna consciousness. So that needs a more, again, divine intervention. You see, without it, the ISKCON devotees can't go to the next level. We've noted that's why they come here. The devotees have come here. Some of them they gave up their gurus in a sense because the gurus didn't like them to come. Why are you coming here? The Gohari's crazy. He's delusional. He's insane. They think this is insanity. In other words, they're still on the human level. They can't understand this stuff. So
No
divine. Go ahead.
Just no judgment. There's people that judge in this world to prop their ego up, and they judge yourself and many of the devotees to prop themselves up. This is the ego.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and actually, yeah, and see, sometimes they think when I do the judgment thing too, and they think I'm trying to push them down, and I am. See, but not in the way that they think. See, they got to know their position. This is the whole problem. If you don't know your position, you can't advance. You're not even Madhyamadikari. Madhyamadikari knows their position. See, because they have divine eyes. The awakening of love for God is a Madhyamadikari position. But most Vaishnava, most gurus, they're not even Madhyamadikari. They don't know. They think they're just neophyte gurus and they don't know it. Or maybe they do know it and they're still doing it, but because they can't. But yeah. So yeah. Forgot the point, but go ahead. Yeah. So anyway, divine intervention has to be here. If there's going to be a quickening to help devotees move to another platform of progressive understanding of God, who is God? What is God? What does it mean, God? The word God. A lot of people, still don't know what the word God means. Why? Because they don't know God is transcendental. His mind is transcendental. His feelings are transcendental. And he's got feelings and he's got a mind, but nobody knows because it's transcendental knowledge to know. See, people don't, this is why you see that verse, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. And in the word for word, it says real knowledge. See, understanding is in the verse and real knowledge. So it's both right. You get understanding and real knowledge. See? But if you don't worship the Lord in loving ecstasy, which is pure, ecstatic devotion from a pure heart, without guile, without material motives and all that stuff, if you're not doing that, you don't get, the opposite is true. You don't have the real understanding yet. You have speculation still. That's the whole problem. You need to associate with devotees who do worship the Lord with loving ecstasy. And then this happens. Then you have people get purified, to this level. See, this is the next stage of Krishna consciousness. This is what ISKCON needs to know, the devotees who are ready for this. A lot of them are not ready for this. They can't understand what's going on. And if you're not ready, this looks like gobbledygook. It's like a fish in water trying to understand what's going on the land. I can't understand. It's it's a fish in the water. You have to be, like yearning fish in that water saying, oh, when can I come on land? Oh, Lord, is there something more than just being around these pedophile gurus? Or whatever it is, people can't help their nature, whatever it is they are, But we can, if Lokanath, if he comes here, he can become the best guru in ISKCON because he'll get purified. He'll be at least at least some honesty is there or something, and maybe that's what needs for these guys to get ready, for coming here. People have to see. There's a saying, first humiliation, then humility. So humility is born of humiliation sometimes. Often, actually, if you're proud. Okay, go ahead, River. Read on.
Even though I'm without qualification, that rarest gem, devotional service unto his lotus feet, has been given to me.
So where's that path?
Oh, glories.
Where is that path? See, that path. That's the path taught here. See, that's the way it was 550. That even though I'm without qualification, that gem of devotional service has been given to me. That's what I've always said. That's what I see in the devotees here. Look at that. What qualification does River have to pray like that and to read like that? That's the way Lord Chaitanya read. He would quote verses and his voice would choke up and crack and he would cry the verses out in ecstasy, like River there. What does that mean? That means that same Krishna is in her. And that's what Krishna consciousness is all about. I got to be careful. I wake people up. See, that's what it is. The essence is the Lord wants to give himself to the devotee. And then, therefore, his qualities come through you. His abilities come through you. And his happiness is realized by you. See? That's why people don't know where to look. Like that Lokanath told you, keep looking, right? Keep looking. See, this is what you're looking for. I just tell you, this is what you're looking for. Where is the Lord in manifesting in the hearts of his voice? And what are the qualities of that? What is the nature of the Lord being in someone? Well, if you look closely at the books, the nature of the Lord, if it's in somebody, they'll have that similar nature. When they chant the name of God, they will have ecstatic feelings awaken. See, oh, that means the Lord is alive in that person. That Lord is manifesting in that person. Satchitananda is manifesting in that person. Ah, that's where I need to be. That's an oasis in this desert. You think that's happening just anywhere? You think out of all 1,000 devotees, how many you think have that? Out of 1,000,000 devotees, how many have that kind of Satchitananda manifesting? If we had more, you think ISKCON would be the way it is? Or any of the groups or any religion? No, it'd be a renaissance, just like it's a renaissance here. The devotees here are very different. The ones are ecstatic ones. You don't see devotees like this where they feel the benediction. The benediction comes from their glorification, the absolute truth. Their relish. Where do you see devotees relishing words like this? Okay? Relishing truths like this. You'd think this is this stuff is uncommon. I'm sitting here speaking these things. I'm thinking, well, this is a miracle. Where is this coming from? I didn't come here. I don't have any script. She doesn't have any script. Lalita Ganga has no script. Where Johan has no scripts. Where are these beautiful things coming from? Must be a God. Must be the real. I'll surrender to that God, man. I'll surrender to devotees like that. I'll kiss River's feet and Lalita Ganga's feet because I know my Lord is there. I don't know. That's the way I'm thinking. Or is it me thinking that? Because I don't know if I have that ability on my own. The whole thing going on here is a miracle. Upon miracle, upon miracle, upon miracle, upon boons, upon boons, upon boons. Oh my God, the mercy of the Lord becomes more and more amazing every day to me. And I think to others. Yeah. Sorry for the intro. Go ahead, River. I just can't help myself sometimes. It just gets me out of bed. I just go down there. I want to go down and take a snooze. And I hear these amazing things. I just can't help myself.
Thank you, Maharaj. Glories to Lord Gaurasundra, the most beloved object of Veda Acharya, and Lord Nityananda.
That reminds me. That's one of the great things here, man. The Lord becomes your beloved object. See, you feel it. It becomes real. Becomes your reality. Just like people, well, this is my wife, man. This is my money, man. My plan. Look at my house. See, becomes real. That's real for you, right? Because you're attached to it. Now, this is treasure, man. Becoming attached to the Lord. This is my Lord. See, man, I love these verses. I love reading this Chaitanya Bhagavat, man. If you do, you are the most rich person in this world. If you read that book in ecstasy and attachment, you're wealthy, more wealthy than Bill Gates. More wealthy than the richest ISKCON guru out there. See? Because if they don't have this, then this is because this is rich. This is the riches. Lord Chaitanya showed what riches were. That's why I always look at as God as the gold standard, man. He had heard a verse from Ramananda Roy. Ramananda Roy said, those who hear the pastimes of Krishna, it eradicates all sinful reactions. And these pastimes they're transmitted by exalted personalities. And the Lord said, oh my God, this is somebody's giving treasure to me, to my ears. I'm receiving treasure beyond that. See, this is what's important to the Lord. Verses like that spoken by his devotees. See, because if you hear from devotees, exalted personalities, you hear from exalted personalities, the real pastimes of Krishna, all your sins are eradicated so that you can taste this also. And what is an exalted personality? Somebody like Vrindavan Das is saying that. Yes, you've given, please give me, even though I'm unqualified, give me that treasure of devotion. You become a saint. You become an exalted personality. We have saints here. Saints, people that talk about acharyas and all that. We got them right here. Why? Because the Lord just says, I choose this person. That person becomes a saint like that. That's how my Lord rolls in this world. He's rolling like that now. He just says, Lalita Ganga, I'm going to make you a saint. Abracadabra. Boom, she's a saint. She's already a saint. Everybody here knows that. Well, if you're smart. Why? Is it because she's so qualified? She's a lousy housewife. She can't even fold a towel properly. She ain't qualified. Ask Balaram. But she's a saint. Why? Because the Lord's living in her. River right there. There's a saint right there. She may not always be. Sometimes she's looking for a little name and fame, or she was. Maybe she's given that up. I don't know. It doesn't matter. She just tastes her way into that perfect, pure consciousness. She knows that now. I told her, you just keep drinking this ecstasy and all will be well. Everything will be perfect. You won't need anything else. And she believes my crazy words. Therefore, she's becoming as crazy as her guru. See? Saint. Yes, this treasure is given to the devotees. So the devotees who are saints like this, you want this? Hey, you ISKCON gurus, any of you even pedophile, I don't care who you are. You could be a saint there or a sinner. I don't care. You come here, take the mercy coming from these wonderful devotees. They're the witnesses. The Lord is living in them. You're going to get it through the Lalita Ganga and the rivers just by appreciating their voice choking in emotion when they chant the holy name and these pastimes. You're going to, when you say, oh, wow, all glories to devotees who chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, congratulations, bravo, you've understood real Krishna consciousness. Case closed.
All glories to Lord Gaurasundra, the most beloved object of Advaita Acharya, and Lord Nityananda, and the life and soul of every living living entity. He sustains life in Sri Jagannanda Pandit and Sri Gaba. All glories to the crown jewel of the heart of Sri Pundarik Vijanini.
In chapter 12, it said there were, Adi Lila in Chaitanya Charitamrita, it said there were two types of followers of the Acharya. One were the real followers, and the others were the false. And the real followers, they were the ones that had the mercy of Lord Chaitanya continually falling on them. See, this is this attachment. See, this is the life that sustains the devotees, this ecstatic worship, this prema. See, this if you've got the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you have this kind of prema sustaining your lives, this attachment, attraction, and it has symptoms. It has symptoms like this. The devotees chant holy names and ecstatic devotion awakens in their hearts. This is the real followers of Lord Chaitanya. This is what Prabhupada called postgraduate teaching of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Postgraduate. Why? Because this is its style. You reveal the truth now. The ISKCON devotees, they don't know this. They don't teach this. Oh, you should be following real followers? Well, we don't even know how to discern what is a real follower. Well, real followers like this, they have the real mercy sustaining them, and that mercy is prema, is ecstatic devotion. See, this gift of this ecstatic devotion has been given to many devotees here. See, so these are the real followers of the disciplic line. People need to know that now. This is part of the revelation of now. See, the end times is just the new beginnings of the truth, man. The end of, what the end is? The end of illusion, man. It's what the end times is. They think it's the beginning of illusion. That's what the demons think. They think, oh, yeah, this is the time of deception, that it's all about deception and deceiving people, telling them to get this to save them from being a case. All their deceptions and lies and cheating. No, it's not all about that. It's about ending that. It's about ending religion. It's about ending these gurus that are not qualified so that they can begin real spiritual life. That's here. That's all here, man. That's our work here. That's our mission given to us by the disciplic line, to end it, to have a beginning of real spiritual life, which is the realization that Lord Chaitanya came to give the world. Okay? What does Bhagavad Gita teach? To those who know what my pastimes are about, why I come to this world, there's no more birth and death for them. But nobody knows. They don't know. You got to prove that you know why the Lord comes here. He came here for two reasons mainly. He came here to taste this nectar because it's so wonderful to chant with a human body, man, the holy name of God and taste that ecstasy. It's wonderful. Nothing like it. It's a rush, man. It's a ras. And from that also, the side benefit, deliver the world by having a great time. That's what I'm doing here, man. The world is being delivered. I'm having a great time doing it, and so are you. Isn't that? Aren't you coming to that point there, River? Doesn't that make sense? Deliver the world, have a great time, do it. Show the example that that's the way Vrindavan is, man. They have a great time, and they delivered the world by just those pastimes. Lord Chaitanya too, him and his devotees, they just rocked and rolled, tasting the ecstasy and chanting in various ways. And the people got delivered. They were delivered, millions. I'm telling you, we got a big mission here. You think Prabhupada came in 1996 to me and gave me that instruction, then Krishna appeared right after that? For nothing? For some small thing? No, a big thing. Big thing. Many thousands of people are going to be delivered here. Why wouldn't they? This is the best thing. It's a beauty contest. We're just going to, every day we do sadhu sangha. That's why I say, Lokinathji, just keep coming regularly, man. You're going to get juiced up. You're going to get clear. You're going to be an example, part of this mission. And people are going to be delivered just because it's a beauty contest. It's going to be, people are going to see, man, these people, devotees, are getting so beautiful, so attractive by their worship of Krishna. And they're going to see this must be real and not insane, not crazy. It's always been like that. It was like that with Jesus. It was like that with Lord Chaitanya. And it's like that now. People are going to see the beauty, not just Acharya like Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta having that beauty inside and kind of keeping it there because it wasn't time yet. Well, it's time now. We've got the order. I got the blank check. Write everybody's name in it now. Who wants to come? You want your name in the book of life? Come here. Hang out with these beautiful devotees. See how beautiful it is for yourselves. See how inspiring it is. How purifying, inspiring, how it's everything. Wow, you got real friends. You think when I pass from this body and Lalita passes and River passes, we're not going to be together? You think it's going to be the same kind of thing where you die as a mundane person like these people in religion, like you guys, if you haven't made it to the transcendental platform of consciousness? You just die. You're going to get another birth somewhere, but you won't meet up with your friends. Because neither of you are purified enough. You might have new demigod friends or something like this, but you won't have people that you have eternal relationships with. This is what it's about, man. We're related forever, man. Birth after birth. Everything you read becomes real, man. The book becomes life here, man. Birth after birth, my guru is my master. My disciples are my master. Everything becomes so real here. You overcome the false ego easily just by having fun with Krishna every day. That's all we do, is have a great time with Krishna. That's why a lot of devotees, they don't know what it is. They tell me, Gohar, you can't be worshiping Krishna properly. Or Lalita, they tell, you can't be because you're having too good a time. You know, it's not supposed to be that enjoyable. Can you imagine? They speculate like that. You're having a good time, therefore that's not worship of Krishna, because we know this, you're supposed to be doing austerities and look like this. Well, it's not really like that. It's like this. Okay. Go ahead, River.
May the Supreme Lord, Gaurachandra, who is the Lord and Master of Jagadish and Gopinath, be glorified along with all his dear his dear devotees.
See, glorified by his dear devotees. This is the secret. You stop glorifying things that are in the material creation. That includes teachers and gurus and foods and whatever is so, inglorious in this world. The dear devotees of the Lord. Can you tell who is a dear devotee of the Lord? If you can, and you say you glorify that path, you glorify those truths. From your mouth, you speak the truth, man. This is the truth. The dear devotees are to be worshipped. That's why if I see a dear devotee here that has gotten the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, I worship that. I glorify even my disciples. I'll glorify River. I'll glorify Lalita, simply because my Lord is activated in them, is in action in them, is living in them in a live condition, not dormant. See, they're not identifying with the false ego. They're identifying with the transcendental Lord now. The Lord has accepted them. They accept the Lord. See, these kinds of devotees are the ones the book are talking about. Okay? So what do we have now? We have people glorifying these devotees like this in the book, right? And we also have them mixing it, glorifying pedophiles. Or even if they're they're a good regulative devotee, but they're not transcendentally awakened. They're glorifying them, a Vaidhi Bhakti guru, maybe in the mode of goodness. See, they're mixing. See, if you mix like that, you got to understand that you're mixing. No. Go all the way this way, and then you're going to get out of this material creation. If you understand this point, only associate intimately with liberated souls. Only glorify liberated souls. Only hear from liberated souls. I mean, really hear. Okay? That's the secret, man. See, then you're meditating on what is transcendental and you get really purified. That's real sadhu sangha. Hear from devotees who worship the Lord with prema, ecstatic devotion. Because they have the real understanding and real knowledge, right? Like the book says. If you do that, you prove to Krishna, okay, you're understanding Krishna consciousness now. See, you listen to a real devotee, you start understanding the real conceptions of even Bhagavad Gita. See? So you've got to become the Maharaj Parikshit. You got to be part of the book. You have to be a living representative of the book. You got to be a real disciple. You got to listen to a real guru inspired by transcendental Krishna, not mode of goodness Krishna. No. Transcendental Krishna. And you got to hear the conclusive understanding, not be a no-show and hold it back. See? Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta held it back because people weren't ready for what they're ready for now. Some are ready. Some aren't. A lot are going to die on that, thinking this is crazy. What are you going to do? This is for the really intelligent. If you want to be really intelligent, you come here and listen to those who are inspired by the transcendental Lord and tell you clear truths. Better logic than anything you've heard before. Yeah, you want to say? Anybody want to say something? They can respond to this. You got anything to say there, Lokaji?
I'm feeling more than saying at the moment. That makes sense.
Yeah.
When you experience, even if it's a taste, you can't hold it back. I was just remembering a time in the Gambira room. I visited the Gambira room in Puri. It turned into a basket case. I sat down, I chanted, and became a basket case.
Wow.
Lost tears, just like full on. I had to crawl out of the Gambira room. And as soon as I left the Gambira room, I kind of slowly came back. So when you really get the taste, you cannot really hold it in. You just turn to water. I mean, look at Lalito and River. These moments.
Yeah.
You just got to be careful in the West. You don't get put in a mental asylum.
You got to live.
It's like the epileptic. What was they called? What did the people call him? Because he would collapse in ecstasy.
Yeah, epileptic. They said epilepsy.
Yeah.
Well, that's everything in the according to the liberated condition appears sometimes like people that are retarded or epileptic, something negative in the material world. That's just what it appears that way. That's why they were wanted to put do something about Lord Chaitanya when they didn't know it was ecstatic symptoms. The same thing here. I went through this for years with the Vaishnav when I was in ISKCON, and especially afterwards, because they would see me. They immediately say, "You're crazy." I wouldn't have to say anything. They just say, "You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy. You're crazy." I said, really?
Crazy for Krishna.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy for Krishna. You're insane, And I think, wow, where'd that come from? Or they get really angry,
A neophyte says this.
Yeah. Well, it's also part of I learned gradually that when you carry the Satchidananda potency, the people either they polarize, they'll love you or hate you. Or be indifferent. There's 3 states. And you notice that because some people will come, especially in religion. Oh man, there's like Jesus. Look at all the Pharisees. They hated him, most of them. But that's an attraction.
They envied him. So they hate.
Envy, hate, everything was in there. Competition. That's the false ego. But that's an attraction. See, it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just it's an attraction, and that's why they'll eventually get purified. Even Jesus said, he said, the whores will come in first, but you'll come in later. See, because they're attracted to Krishna through hate or to Jesus. And same thing with Kamsa. He got purified by his hate of Krishna, meditation on Krishna like that.
Always to kill Krishna.
Yeah, I got to kill Krishna. You always meditate on it. See, and so Krishna is a fire, and you're linking up to Krishna through hate, anger.
Yeah.
That's why I try and piss off the gurus, man. I want them to think over here because I know it's going to help.
Even when I've lost faith, and I admit I had moments where I've lost faith, I'm still thinking of Krishna, like in a frustration with my lack of faith or loss of faith or questioning.
Yeah.
You go through these periods, but I'm still thinking of Krishna at the time.
Yeah. Were you losing faith with Lokanath a little bit when you found that out?
Yes, yes. I mentioned it to Lalita. Yeah, I was really disappointed because here am I in Raj Mandal, stepping in his footprints, thinking, "Wow, and what kind of Maya am I in? I'm Braj Mandal." I had a whole thing going on. Am I seeing what I want to see? I had to go.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
I also I gave up Vaishnavism because I was wondering why are these gurus always fighting to be better than the others? Why is this competition thing? What is this going on? I thought this doesn't seem really pure. Maybe Krishna's not God or something. Maybe it's about Jesus. Yeah, it's just stuff like that. It's just natural.
yeah,
You just
yeah.
yeah. So gradually, there's a maturity that comes. You understand. Oh, I see how that's working. Just different levels. There's there's what they call materialistic Vaishnavas, and there's neophyte gurus, neophyte followers. It's just natural, and so they just act accordingly. Not very good. I mean, they're just not very good at manifesting Krishna consciousness in the
Haven't
world.
developed the transcendental vision yet. The eyes
It's
to see.
called religion. Yeah. See, what's beautiful here, when I read the verses, you read the understand. It's just the verses become like chapter 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam. It's this Srimad Bhagavatam is not materially motivated. Only the pure in heart understand fully Srimad Bhagavatam. See, so that's why. So the need is this ecstatic worship. It purifies the heart. Then you start to understand and relish. I mean, look, that's why we do our already 2 hours and 20 minutes. How can you do that? And then our normal thing is 4 hours. That's kind of like par for the course. How can you do that for 4? Well, it's got to be interesting. It's a talk about truth. But it is. In the world of illusion, and you hear truth finally. Oh, geez. Or you've been in ISKCON and all these other groups, and you hear what is real Krishna consciousness. I was like, wow, man, what a relief. Wow, this is, and these as it is. You hear it. It's all about hearing things as it is. What is, and see the different levels and see why ISKCON is the way ISKCON is. There's no real judgment. It just is what it is because they haven't achieved this platform of consciousness, awareness. We have. So, we can actually, we're the ones who can help them contribute if they're interested. That can't add anything to me anymore,
No,
Never
see,
really added much other than experience of what it isn't.
for instance, the temple president in Melbourne, TTP of Melbourne Temple, if he doesn't like you, he will make sure you're gone within 3 months, and his words, by just torturing you, right?
Torturing me. How
torturing
would
you.
he, how? How is he?
Coldness, stick you in the pot shed for 24 hours.
Stick me in the what?
By not loving you,
Huh?
as just by not giving you the love you deserve, right? If
Him?
the
Him?
TP of Melbourne
Him?
Temple doesn't like you, he will torture you until you leave.
See, okay, this is good. This is good. He thinks I'm dependent on ISKCON or something. Okay, this is it's ludicrous. It's not even logical. Devotees are dependent. Obviously, I'm dependent on love, but I get it. But I don't. I never got it there. I never got it from materially
No.
motivated Vaishnavas.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm, independent in that sense. I'm dependent on the love of Radha and Krishna. I'm definitely dependent on that. But,
Yeah.
but that's the illusion. See, it's so silly. It's kind of like a child thinking that he's going to torture me, like I'm getting anything from him. What the hell? He can't give me nada, nothing, zero.
Nothing. No.
Oh, sorry. We're going to do the one eye thing. Yeah, again, actually, that's the devotees they're not overly dependent on anybody. And there's some dependence got to be here because we're in the world, but This is what we're teaching here is how to be dependent on the love of Radha and Krishna. That's how you surpass the strict adherence to the rules and regulations and ceremonies, because this is our method of purification. This is our mode of operandi. It's just to love sports with Radha and Krishna every day. It's so empowering. It's so purifying. It's so ecstatic. It's so enlightening. Literally, you lighten up with anything you've picked up in this world, and you become enlightened, with knowledge and truth. I mean, come on, man. This guy is in La La Land if he thinks he's going to torture me.
Give him half a chance.
That is the funniest thing ever. A joke. I love it. I actually like it. I'd like to meet that person. I want to face off with him. Tell him Gohari wants an audience. You tell him Gohari wants his darshan.
And
he wants to beg forgiveness for his transgressions because he doesn't want to lose the love of that temple president.
He knows what he's done because a friend of mine does Ayurvedic massage, and he was giving him a massage once, and he spelled his beans to my friend, Nityananda Prabhu, saying, "I'm a bit worried about the karma I've created by the way I've treated people." You don't worry, write them all an apology. Dunderbuts,
and he's going to torture me. A guy like that.
But
the opposite thing. I think of all the good wish. My disciples are going to deliver me all the good that has been done for them. They're going to pay that. They're going to take me to Vrindavan. That's why I'm guaranteed to go to Vrindavan, just because I get the blessings of River and Lalita and Johans and all these Janakis
together.
I mean, from their blessings, I get to go. That's how I'm looking at it.
Can't do it by yourself.
I tell you should. If he gets it, understands it, everything can be forgiven. All his karmas and everything, just by acknowledging. At some point, if he does, before he kicks the bucket, what we're doing here. That's why, the more we get their attention, the more they get, that attitude is actually purifying him. He's putting his attention over here. He's like Kamsa in a sense. Who the Gohari? I want to torture that guy. See,
the control freak in the material world.
Thanks for sharing that one. Yeah. Anything else? Anything else? News like that?
Oh,
I like that.
I joined the temple in 1985, so there's a few decades of stories in the back of my brain.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
I don't know. Krishna inspired me to pull out a story. I don't know. I don't like to dwell on the negatives. I don't like to dwell.
There's nothing negative here. No, it's not negative here. No, there's no negatives.
Well, I can't think. The one thing I will add to the Annie Ruda TP story is I'm amazed I survived with any faith at all, really. Yeah. Because I would think to myself, how can Krishna let this happen? But I know Krishna doesn't intervene here so much, he just lets us, he watches. But it was a mess with my head. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and my faith, so that was hard for me. But I'm still here.
Yeah, who was it now? Was it some other devotee?
I was just referring to, I was around when Bhavananda, came out on the Vyasasana. I've seen it all. And so what my point was, it's amazing I have any faith, but I think what kept me going was the experience in the Gambhira room. These experiences where I just go to India or Vrindavan, and it was all going on inside me without anyone in my face.
Yeah.
And these little memories I keep, go, wow, it's just so incredible. Yeah. Doing japa around the Jagannath Puri temple for days, and just things like this. And then I get emotional because they wouldn't let you into the Jagannath temple. Oh, this is a beautiful thing. And once I was doing this, and I became emotional because I wanted to go in to see Jagannath.
Mhm.
And I started crying, and I looked down. There was this two little old couple. They must have been 150, with these bright, brilliant eyes, sitting outside the Jagannath temple, and they pointed to their hearts, and it's like, you don't need to go in the temple. Jagannath's in your heart. It's
Yeah.
a magical moment,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're just humble, beautiful devotees.
Yeah.
And like, these things have kept me going.
Mhm.
These memories and experiences,
Well, yeah. I mean, you just, if you have real knowledge and you see like what's going on, it's just religion. ISKCON is not. It's not like it's. It's just on the level of religion still, motivated religion, and so it's normal. It's just like with the Jagannath Temple. They got these Brahmins worshiping, and then they won't allow you in unless you're an Indian body. It's religion. But within the religion is the pure thing. See, within like the Bible and Christianity is the essence is in there. The devotees can extract it, and you got to do that with ISKCON. The essence is in those books of Prabhupada and the Goswamis. The essence is in there. The devotees haven't come up to that platform. They need to learn how to do that, and in some life they will. Like we're collecting some from these groups. They just come here when they're ready, um, um, and then they can get taught, and then you understand why it's like that. It's not like it's not shaking your faith in. Oh yeah, that's just why it is. They're just on that level. It's religion. So we extract. I mean, that's when I got that, and I became. There was no problem. Okay, that's what's going. That's religion still. Yeah. So let's just extract the nectar and be happy. Like you go to Vrindavan, see in that the vibrations of the devotees stay there. That's what makes the places holy. Is these beings they appeared in there. See? I have even my motorhome. People go in wherever I chanted in ecstasy. They go in there and they feel it. They feel the vibrations.
Yes.
It's just left there. Once Sachi went in my motorhome, she was cleaning it, and she started to do a little chanting, and she got scared because she started to feel real bhakti. And she
It's
ran out
scary.
there. It's a little
It is
scaredy.
scary.
Oh, yeah, it's scary for somebody. Bhakti is scary.
I've been in Vrindavan holding on to my material self, or my concept of myself, by my fingernails, because I was on the edge of just falling into this ocean of never coming back, and I wasn't ready at the time. It was 20 years ago, I remember.
Yeah.
I saw a video recently, and I never knew this. Do you know anything about Krishna's heart being inside the deity of Jagannath in the Puri temple? Krishna's heart is apparently in there. There's a video I saw.
Well, it's Krishna's heart.
Literally, physically, they remove it every 12 years because they've got the wood. And there's a video about it. I can find it.
I don't know. A lot of these things, they just, who knows?
That's what I thought. It was almost like
they say like they go around with these gurus. I remember they were going around with stories about Jayapataka being we had all these magical.
Well, he was an associate of Lord Chaitanya, apparently. So according to ISKCON.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, these guys are doing what they can do. This is if they want to move on, come here. We have a special empowerment, a special mission to connect people. If people want to become real gurus, you come here, you become a real guru. You learn how it's done. Yeah, I'm not dependent on some this or that or any external signs. We want to teach how you become a real guru. You become a real guru by getting this grace that we got. That's it. Okay. The Lord takes over. You become a saint because he lives in your body, and you're not thinking, oh, I'm pure. I'm Mr. Saint. No, the Lord is just living in your body, having a great time. You're having a great time, and you teach people how to do that. Very simple. Simple for the simple. You want to be one of these false acharyas or false representative Vrindavan? Well, continue on.
Yeah. Make some money.
make some money and all that. Yeah, this is fun. Okay, River. Oh, you want anything else you want to share? Go ahead. Anything
No,
else?
that's fine.
No, go ahead. Go for it.
Fine, that's fine.
Okay, if anything comes up, please share. Okay, this is about it. Yeah. Okay, River, go ahead. Read on. Sorry, into all the well, it's not interruptions, but
Oh, it's very interesting, Maharaj. Gaurachandra continued to perform his ecstatic pastimes with Nityananda in in Navadvip. All the Vaishnavas accompanied Advaita Acharya, who led them in grand ecstatic dancing and chanting of the holy name of Lord. The holy name of Lord Krishna. Lord Nityananda Prabhu resided in Srivas Pandit's house and constantly exhibited the mood of a young boy. When he sat down to eat, he would not feed himself, but acted like a young boy. Thus, thus Malini, Srivas Pandit's wife, would have to feed him. Now, hear of Pundarik Vijanini's arrival in Navadvip. Pundarik Prabhu was a very dear associate of Sri Krishna. Of Sri Krishna. By the Lord's arrangement, he appeared in the village of Chatragram in East Bengal, purifying that land. However, the Lord himself appeared in Navadvip in the absence of Pundarik Vijayani. He sighed heavily, feeling deep separation. One day, after ecstatic dancing, the Lord sat down exclaiming, "Oh, my father Pundarik," and began to cry, "Oh, Pundarik, oh, my father." "Oh, my father, when will I be able to see you again?" Such was the extent of the Lord's affection for Pundarik Vijanini. And in this way, Lord Gaurachandra revealed his intimate associates by performing his wonderful pastime. His wonderful pastimes. All the devotees surrounding the Lord were unable to properly appreciate the name Gaurachandra, continued to repeat, and why tears continually flowed from his eyes. All the devotees surrounding the Lord were unable to properly appreciate the name Gaurachandra, continued to repeat, and why tears continually flowed from his eye, from his eyes. They conjectured, is that right? Yes. They conjectured that Pundari naturally implied Krishna. Implied Krishna. And Vijanini could have many different explanations. However, No one understood that this person was a very confidential associate of the Lord. Finally, when the Lord came out of trance, the devotees asked, "Dear Lord, for whom are you weeping?" Kindly reveal who he is, his birth and his activities.
Mhm. You know, when you see a devotee weeping, that's the Lord weeping. That's why when the Lord, see, was showing through his pastimes, you know, he was weeping for Pundarik Vijayanidhi because, and it's simultaneous oneness and difference. That's why when you see a devotee weeping, it's the Lord weeping and the devotee weeping. It's simultaneous oneness and difference. This is Krishna consciousness. This is perfection. This is Vrindavan. This is the happiness devotees understand is their pleasure becomes Krishna's pleasure. See, you want to see Krishna's pleasure, you see it on the mirror of the devotees. And if you're not good with that, well, you're just not purified enough. You don't. It's like Jesus when he met the woman at the well doing rules, regulations, and a little hypocritical because she had 5 husbands, you know. So, and just worshiping. He says, you know, you worship a God that you don't know. We know who we worship. See, we know. See, you know, this is, we know who we worship here. This is and you want to know, you got to come here and find out. You're going to see experienced devotees experiencing making Krishna happy and being happy about that. And that's what people see. Simultaneous and oneness and difference is what's being preached here. In truth, in experience. Otherwise, it's just a concept in a book. Yeah. Oh, yes, Lord Chaitanya came and taught simultaneous oneness. No, you're going to know that when you see it, man. When you see a devotee and they're laughing, it's because Krishna's laughing and they're laughing at the same time. See, that's Vrindavan. Krishna's pleasure is the devotee's pleasure. Okay? Krishna's happiness is a devotee's happiness. And if you're not good with that, you're missing the boat because that's what it's all about. See? And I never could understand this. I was always wondering, what is this Krishna's happiness? This doesn't seem, you know, how can I be happy that somebody else? See, I would speculate too when I didn't know this, just naturally. It's like, well, how does that show up? You know, what if the devotees are happy when Krishna's happy? That doesn't seem right. Because I'm never happy when other people are happy. I'm usually envious and jealous, right? Isn't that the way it works as a human being? You see them happy. I also want to be that. So that's really the bottom line, you know, is so they were wondering, what dear devotee is this to you if you're crying for him? So Pundarik Vijayanidhi also he was at the same time crying for the Lord. See, and that just manifested in the Leela because the Lord was playing like this. You know, he was externally manifest. But that was going on inside. The Lord was inside Pundarik Vijayanidhi in that relationship. So the devotees are the gold standard in this world. Better than that, more than that. If you really want deliverance, you come and you see the Lord through them. You're going to see they're the door for that. They're the door for the sight of God, the real God. You know when this one I told this story before. It's very interesting. This person was an atheist and he had a near-death experience. So he goes into the next world, and Jesus comes to him, and Jesus said, "I want to show you something." And he moved his head and he faced the person, and he was looking at Jesus. And he saw into the spiritual world of this beauty, this fantastic place. It was amazing. And then Jesus said, "I want to show you something else." And he took his face away, and all he saw was darkness. And then Jesus put his face back, and then he saw into the spiritual world. And then he realized the truth. You see, you got to see through the devotees. You see their happiness is Krishna's happiness. Then you find out what real happiness is. That's the paradise. And then you enter into that yourself. See, you become the door to that. People look at you, and they when they would like to be your friend, and then they'll learn what is the happiness of God. They will get that experience too. There's no other door to that except the real devotees. All their austerities, all these rules and regulations they're following is just to meet the real associates of the Lord. That's the beginning of your auspiciousness. Mode of goodness is not auspicious yet. No, that experience you had in the Gambhira is what keeps you going, because that's real auspiciousness. All transcendental experience is what you really remember. You'll remember that when you pass from the body, but all this other stuff you'll forget. That's why these gurus, if they're not transcendentally situated, they'll be forgotten. Nobody will remember them. Why? Because Krishna is the only thing that it gives you the ability to remember is the Lord. And the only thing memorable for the Lord is his devotees and his devotional potency and his truths. See, the truths in these books that the religionists don't understand. They're like the librarians. All they do is keep charge of the books in the library. They build the libraries. They build the temples and put the books in there. That's basically they're doing that. That's their service. They don't understand what's in the books, usually. But they're the librarians, right? If I want to go to get a book, I go to ISKCON, right? They got the books there, right? Lady, the Lord has made it easy. We got it. I just want a book. I go to ISKCON Desire Tree, and I got all these great books. Thank you for being the library. In this way, actually, ultimately, I don't really judge anybody, because I appreciate that's their service. Okay, that's what you can do. You keep the books nice, and you have them on the computer there. It takes time and money. That's your service. Great, thank you. So I pay it forward by, putting them down a little bit too. That's sometimes you need to do that. That's helps. Yeah. Go ahead there, River, read some more.
Tell us, Lord, so we may have the good fortune of knowing him. Tell us, Lord, so we may have the good fortune of knowing him. The Lord.
Any confidential things you have to hear from the Lord himself or his empowered devotees. Otherwise, nobody will ever know. Even when you're in an advanced position, the devotees go to the scriptures to know these things, and the Lord informs them because they know the language of God now. How God communicates. You learn a language, right? When you go to school to learn a language. Well, you got to learn this language too. The language of revelation, communion, the knowledge that comes from that. It's very natural, actually. You just have to enter into it. Isn't that nice? How hard it is to learn languages. You got to go and study and all this practice and all that. This is the easier way. Here you learn the essence of what's really important, and it's more natural. And all you do is you just come to school and you have fun in school. Every day, this is Sadhu Sangha school. We come and learn more of the language of God and all these little secrets. All these presents. Yeah. Go ahead there, River. See, River's a great name. It's a river of bhakti, man. That's what I say. How'd you get that food? I didn't think they had any food on the shelves over there, man. How'd you get that? How are people getting their food now? They got no food. Oh, they got just a little stuff, right?
everyone's in shut lockdown because of COVID, so there's no food supplies. There's no one to drive the trucks, no one to put the food on the shelf.
And they're that afraid? They're that afraid, huh?
No, it's like they're changing the law at the moment. So if you're a close contact, fear, and you swab your nose with a rat test, and you no symptoms, you can go to work if you're a close contact.
Wow, that's weird, man.
Yeah, it's weird what's happening here.
It's weird, man.
It's a ghost town out there. I'm in the city. It's a ghost town. Yeah.
People, so it shows you in masses, the people are they're they're controlled by they got to have a government. See, the thing is, there's a lot of these anarchists popping up lately, and I see they got a little false ego about it. It's kind of like because they see the game the government's playing. They say government's got motive. They see it only to a certain extent. So they think, well, we're going to be independent of the government, we're going to fight the government and all that stuff. But they don't know that you need to make the complete switch over. You want to be sovereign. You have to be sovereign in the transcendental potency of God. Then when you're governed by Radha and Krishna worship, ecstatic worship of God, see, now the government is less necessary. But that's the Lord's Maya. You can't the Lord is supreme even in his Maya. The only way is by surrendering to this is why this is great time for preaching. It's either that or this. You want to live. It's like the Terminator. And Terminator says, come with me if you want to live. And so it's like that now, hey man, where the devotees are, come with us if you want to live. Otherwise the government's there. They're out. They declared war on the people. That's just the time we're in. They're here populating. They're here getting people in such fear they have control over them for them to do unnatural things like stay in the house and not drive the truck, to bring the food and all that because of fear.
There's no one to pick the fruit on the trees to put in the truck. Yeah. It's a mess.
Yeah. Well, this is the Lord has designed it that way for those they're not faithful in the transcendental potency yet. Yeah. And so there are people fighting it. I mean, I hear people, they're trying to fight this. They're having protests and all that, but they're trying to overcome that way. But this is really the way you got to do it is transcend it, man. Kind of like what you're doing. You just transcend it.
I just detach from it all. The average person fears death because he thinks it's the end, and the devotee doesn't actually. The devotee embraces death. It's like, yay, let me out of this shell, this prison body thing. So it's a different consciousness.
Well, you can even go deeper. The deeper thing is there is no death. You're just in life. I just living there. See, this is life. This is the life. You step over death now. The body comes and goes, but you're in life. See, your life is in life. Yeah. See, life is being in Krishna and Krishna awakening in you. When you get this steady, now you're just living in life. You live in life. So you live in life. And so that death has no power. I mean, it may take your body, but so what? You see, you're in the transcendental position now. That's what it's really about. Not like when you die and then you go. You're in that position now. And that's where the fun is, man. That's really,
That's true.
Oh, what happened to Lalita? She had to go, probably. Okay, River, read on.
The Lord replied, since you desire to hear about him, you are currently fortunate. Fortunate. His activities and character most wonderful.
Yeah, the character and activities of the devotees and are transcendental. They're the Lord's qualities, actually. And if you desire to hear about devotees and devotional conceptions and from devotees like this, you're very fortunate. This is the most greatest fortune, greatest treasure. People don't know that. If they knew that, they would know where real treasure is. Okay? Then they would be have a constant source of happiness. I mean, look, this is you see how you got to be the example. River's an example of that. See, finding the great treasure, being with the great treasure, relishing the great treasure. Okay? This you got see, this is how you transcend. This is how you go back to Godhead. You got to be in Godhead. You got to be like the devotees here. This is where it starts. Like Jesus taught, what you bind in this world, you bound in heaven. See? So if you bind devotion, that's what you get, take with you in spirit. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, it's kind of getting a little bit late now. I didn't know this. 7 o'clock already. 3 hours. Okay, yeah, 3 hours.
Your voice has gone down, Maharaj.
My
Yeah.
voice? Yeah.
It's gone low.
It's low, yeah. Yeah.
It's very hot here.
Very hot.
It's almost it's 11:15. It's almost midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Oh, midnight. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Boy, they really the threefold miseries are really there. Again, the miseries of other living entities, the government.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, go ahead. What?
I just use the opportunity to, I don't know, just to let go, see it for what it is.
Yeah.
The only, for as long as you're in this body, it gives you more opportunity to become more spiritually realized before you leave. So that's about the only reason I'm
That's good.
hanging around as long as you can, because, the longer you're here, the more you can understand. Yeah. Prepare yourself.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
but I'm not afraid of death. But I want to be ready for death. You got to be ready for death. You're both ready. Look at you, River.
Oh, I ain't ready. I want more. I want more. I want more Krishna, more ecstasy, more. I'm gonna use. I want more of this. I look forward every day for this. I don't miss a day. 365 days a year. It's already. I haven't missed really a day since I've been preaching here in almost 40
Wow.
years.
So very steady. Wow.
Well, you found it. You found something. It's like this is the vacation. This is the happiness. I mean, real happy. I mean, God, I wouldn't miss this. I mean, Krishna is that attractive. Krishna consciousness and sadhu sangha and devotees. Even the devotees here, they come regularly. If they can make it, they make it. Also steady for years. I mean, where do you see that? I mean, really, like every day is church.
every day's Christmas.
Hey, you notice how much he looks like Govinda? Doesn't he look like Govinda?
Loka.
Yeah.
Govinda.
Govinda Dasa.
Govinda.
A friend of yours, Govinda, not like Govinda.
A friend of yours, Govinda. A friend of ours. Doesn't he look like Govinda, or am I just seeing?
I can't hear you very well at all, Maharaj.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, doesn't he
really
look like
light.
Govinda? Doesn't he look like Govinda?
Our Govinda.
Yeah.
I don't see it myself actually today, because Govind's got a big beard at the moment, and that's all I see Govinda as right now. He's got a beard.
Okay, guys. Hey, it was great. So keep coming
Nice to
back,
see you.
everybody, if you want.
Yes.
Feel inspired.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
Francis,
Loka.
thank you
Hare
for
Krishna.
coming.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
devotees.
Bhakti.
Thank you, Maharaj. Ready, ready.
Ready. Thank you.
Ready.
Good time.
Love from Australia.